Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. So, I am getting married tomorrow. I am so excited. I am obviously filming this before the day, but um, I feel like my feelings will be the same on the actual day before I get married. And I more or less kind of want to express some feelings about my future husband. Brandon has been an amazing partner and significant other, and he's so patient and he's so kind, and he's just a really good man. Now, I have never pretended that our relationship is perfect. There are things that we bicker about. There are things that you just kind of have to roll your eyes about. But for him, for me too. But I can honestly say that it's like all the things are things that I can live with. And all the things about me are things he can live with and we have learned to live with. And I think that that's something that's really important with a marriage is you're not going to find somebody that's perfect because nobody's perfect. But you find somebody who matches your weirdness. And Brandon and I definitely match each other's weirdness. We both have we just have so many inside jokes and we have so many we laugh so much, and we love and appreciate each other so much, and we say it every day, even on days that are not, you're not, every day is not going to be wonderful, but every day I feel loved by him and every day he feels loved by me. And so I'm really excited to start this next chapter. Now, the reason I am making a video about the fact that I'm getting married tomorrow is I have shared some on this channel, relationship things that I have been through. And I have in no way shared all of it, and I really couldn't share all of it. But I will say I have been through some really not okay things relationship wise. I've had two different significant others that had children behind my back while we were in a committed monogamous relationship. I have had men lie to me, manipulate, gaslight, ignore me, spread rumors about me, make me out to be a terrible person. I actually had to go to court with one of them. This was a really long time ago, and this was a DV situation. I've been in several physically not okay situations with significant others. And I've had people lie about their intent and interest and be dishonest about whether they were or were not single or did not have children, all sorts of crazy things. And I have met people who went through like one of those situations, and they were so shattered by it that they could not move forward and find love. And that's everybody's prerogative, and that's everybody's journey, and that's everybody's choice. And I do not believe that I was supposed to go through those things. But those things are my journey. Those things are my reality. I made the decision that there was somebody out there for me. And I believe that if somebody mistreats you, even if it's a romantic partner, if you want to find love and if you want to find a life partner, significant other, spouse, whatever it is, and you don't because whomever did whatever, you are letting that person control your life. You can look at it however you want, like, oh, that situation didn't work, I'm just going to be alone forever. And you can look at it that way. And for some people, that really is like, you know what? I'd rather be by myself. And for other people, it's like, well, that situation didn't work out, so I guess that was my one shot at love. And I don't believe that. I honestly believe I was always supposed to be with Brandon. That is what I honestly, truly believe. However, if I would have met Brandon when I was 16, when I was 22, even when I was 30, I don't know that it would have necessarily worked out. Him and I met each other at the moment we were supposed to have met. Because the last thing you want is to meet the person you're supposed to be with and you guys aren't on the same page, you're not in the same place, where, you're not in the same place, like one of you wants to do whatever and the other one wants to settle down. And I've met people like that too, where it's like, I know this is the person, but they're just not ready to settle down, or we're just not on the same page of where things should go and shouldn't go. And so I believe I met him at the exact right moment. So if anybody is seeing this, just know that love is possible, and love is not a contest. I know people who married their high school sweetheart. I know people who they've only ever dated one person, and they're still with that person. And I know people who are on spouse number 3 or 4, and they finally found their right person. That's sometimes the way that it works. It just is. And never let anybody tell you that it's not okay to move forward romantically. No matter how many failed relationships you've had, it is okay to move forward. I would suggest that you get therapy, and I would suggest that you work on your stuff, because I had to recognize I am not responsible for anything that any man or any person has done to me, but I am responsible for allowing that person in my life. And even after red flags and serious nonsense, I continued to let certain people into my life. And I had to take responsibility for that. And I had to start having a hard line of, you do this, I cannot associate with you anymore. And actually work on my crap. And in order for me to do that, that's hard work. So you have to be prepared for hard work. And there was one person in particular, I had a really, really hard time letting them out of my life completely. And I had to spiritually let them go, like an exorcism, because I believed that the person that I was supposed to be with couldn't connect with me, and if I did meet them, I wouldn't be able to connect with them wholeheartedly because of this soul tie with this other person. And that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, was like putting a nail on that coffin. But I'm telling you, within weeks of doing that, I got set up with Brandon, and he started trickling into my life, and I am forever grateful for him. And there's always room for love, and there's always an opportunity, guys. But take of that. Do you know what I mean? There's always time for love. There's always room for love, but you have to figure out exactly what you want. Know that you are worth it. Put in the work through your crap, and draw hard lines and boundaries on anybody that isn't respecting you or treating you with for what you are worth. And I knew my worth, but I wasn't being treated my worth. And then I met Brandon, and he treated me my worth and then some from the very second I met him. And that is how I knew he was the one for me. So I will be doing some updates on how the wedding went and all that. I'm sure this probably isn't exactly what you guys thought, but I'm in love and I'm about to start the next chapter of my life, which I was told by a therapist wouldn't happen because the grass isn't greener on the other side. When I said I was going to leave my husband because I knew my soulmate was out there waiting for me and the situation I was in was not okay. So, yes, getting married, so excited. And I hope that you guys got something out of this and realized that you are worthy of love. I am worthy of love. You are worthy of love. And you just have to put in the work. So, okay, guys. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.